Merry Christmas, everyone! I'm Faith, and welcome to Faith's Take, where I talk about anything and everything that I find interesting. And welcome to my big Christmas review for this festive season, Rifftrax Christmas Circus. This 75-minute show isn't just a simple riff of one Christmas film, it is, in fact, an entire Rifftrax Christmas special, complete with a shorts, sweaters, and existential dread. And it all leads up to the main course for the evening, Santa's Christmas Circus with Whizzo the Clown. If you've been paying much attention to Rifftrax's social media at all since this originally came out in 2016, you'll know that Whizzo was kind of a big deal in the inner circle of Rifftrax ever since, and we're about to see why. Opening with Mike, Kevin, and Bill, our beloved trio welcome us to the show and get us all in the proper spirit.
Christmas! Hey everyone, welcome to Rifftrax Christmas Circus. You know how we like to break out the weirdness around Christmas? We've done it in the past with our insane parade shorts and our...
Santa and the ice cream bunny.
Yeah, well, this year, I think we've really topped ourselves.
We'll tell you more about that after our first short here, which is called simply The Christmas Tree.
I believe it was made by a pack of French mimes, something you never want to have happen.
You don't want French mimes to do anything, especially in a pack.
Strap in for the weirdness of The Christmas Tree.
Yeah.
The short of this seasonal offering is simply titled The Christmas Tree. Made by French mimes, because why the heck not? This short is basically about the life cycle of a Christmas tree in the worst possible way. We start in a forest where we see 3 Christmas trees with human faces as they get carted off into a town that I assume is somewhere in France. All 3 trees end up getting put in houses all next door to each other with their faces in the windows so they can make fun of each other as their respective families decorate them. We then settle in on the one tree without facial hair, wow, never thought I'd say that sentence, and see his experience with the family covering him in all the glitz and tinsel in a very ugly way. That night, the wife and mother of the house goes around watering every other plant while the tree watches on in the creepiest way he possibly could, and the plants all wiggle and gurgle as soon as she leaves the room in the grossest way they possibly could.
Oh, my favorite traditional carol. Sing it with me, guys. Come on. Oh, Christmas tree, I'll put cards in you and write some names on those cards. Oh, Christmas tree, sweet Christmas tree, some cardstock I shall buy. A Sharpie pen of the blackest ink shall be the tool that I use. Come on, sing, guys. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, cardless tree, I'll stuff you soon with cards. For what's a tree that is bare of cards? You may as well just have a tree. Come on, oh Christmas tree,
I don't think this
my
is
Christmas tree, my cards.
Probably not.
What the? What?
Hannibal Lecter's Christmas trees.
Ah, yeah, one of my fondest childhood memories was getting our Christmas tree home and shaving the stupid mustache off its smug face.
Oh, whoa, there's an axe back there. This turned a lot darker earlier than I expected.
Yeah, but not earlier than I'd hoped for.
Mercifully, they cut the 1 hour of uninterrupted screaming.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Ah, what the? Well, I guess it's Christmas if you happen to be some really warped plant fetishist.
Pretty sure that guy in front is Voldar from Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Right, at midnight on Christmas Eve, he accuses you of being a marshmallow.
This is an abomination, sweetie. Clearly a work of diabolical evil, see?
May we kill it, Mommy?
Oh, we must.
Guys, this year I'm giving you the gift of unfathomable confusion.
Thanks? But what the?
You're welcome.
Later, a child was severely punished for knocking ornaments off the tree. I remember when my mom took scissors to our Christmas tree. They came to take her away not long after that.
You see, kids, if you misbehave, you'll grow up and turn into a terrible tree person.
Huh, so plants without faces can whisper, but plants with faces are totally silent?
Well, yeah, Bill, don't you know anything about Christmas?
Ew.
Gross.
Creep.
Sure, it's the classic bedtime routine: brush teeth, wash face, change into pajamas, water every plant in the house. When you go to sleep at night, all your plants come to life to quiver and make disgusting drinking sounds.
It's like Toy Story for children whose parents don't much care for them.
The next morning, it's Christmas, and the kids all rush in to open their gifts, from dolls to airplanes to miniature irons. The tree then watches all the European Christmas traditions, from the paper crowns to the party poppers to flambeing dessert right at the dinner table, inches away from your small children. The tree seems decently content, I suppose, until some time passes and he begins to brown with copious amounts of needles falling off of him. Eventually, his dying body gets tossed in the back alley where he meets back up with his mustache-toting vegetative brethren. Next, are you ready for this? I mean, you're probably not ready, but that's okay because I'm going to tell you anyway. All the trees die, their spirits float away, and they become a big star hovering over a space rainbow. The end.
Love to sit on the cold tile floor Christmas morning and open gifts with no parents around.
That toy iron really threw him for a loop.
We are one now, you and I.
Family is way into irons.
That's taking me back to Nam, man. They're in the trees, they're in the me.
Oh, lean in closer, son. Your eyebrows will barely be singed back there.
Charlie Brown's Christmas tree gets a Viking funeral.
Pretty much me by the end of Christmas, too.
Hey, he's turning into the Mona Lisa.
Guess we shouldn't have left it up till mid-April.
My ex-wife is right. I am small and of no account. Well, don't stop there. Plow the Christmas tree saplings under and salt the earth so new ones can't grow.
And pretty much me by the end of New Year's Eve.
Oh, we've seen it, Kevin.
Barry the intern spilled some coffee on the film stock.
They're going up to tree hell. Yeah, it's the opposite direction for trees.
And so, kids, every time you see a star, that's because it's 3 dead Christmas trees. 3 dead Christmas trees and a rainbow, and that's the true meaning of Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, and also Jesus.
Why not?
Back out with our hosts, they attempt to A, talk us down from what we just witnessed, and B, introduce us to Whizzo, a children's television host from a program straight out of my neck of the woods, right home in Kansas City. I'm sorry. I know that Whizzo and his antics came into existence decades before I and even my parents were born, but still, I'm sorry that this character has the same birthplace as I do. Anyway, we head straight back into the madness in the form of Whizzo, an insane, constantly jabbering clown with grotesquely enormous papier-mâché feet who marches around his tent mumbling to himself. I honestly can't do these first few minutes any justice whatsoever in terms of description. It's literally just a madman talking to a camera with a couple of terribly timed and delivered attempts at comedy. Just take a look.
Well, you know, it did have a happy ending, guys. They are dead.
They're dead and in hell. Seriously, though, that was an amuse-bouche for what is coming next. A weirdness for which you cannot prepare yourself. Hopefully this helped a little bit. But this is Whizzo in Santa's Christmas Circus.
Whizzo the Clown was a kids, studio Kansas show in Kansas City, right?
Yeah,
he's a TV clown.
A TV clown by a sort of like a sub-regional bozo. His name, the guy's name was Frank Whizziardi, which was
his real actual name.
Yeah, from it's the Sicilian Whizziardi clan. It's just like a middle-aged man having a nervous breakdown in clown makeup.
That's exactly it.
Pretty much how I feel.
And that's
the time.
our Christmas present to you this year.
We love you.
I don't usually associate Christmas with the circus, but hey, in the spirit of the holidays, I'll give it a chance. Oh, dear God!
Whizzo the Clown.
Whizzo!
Really pushing the definition of Wonderland, Whizziardi.
No time to wait before Christmas and all from human hand. Not a creature was stirring, not even an elephant. Elephant! Boy, you think it isn't snowing out there today? You're crazy. It is really coming down.
Guys?
Yeah.
What have we done?
I don't know, Mike. I don't know.
There. Right up there, and then I'll put that one right there. Now then, everything is fine, and I'll put the other one.
At this time, we'd like to point out that this film is twice as long as setting up a room.
And you learn nothing about how to store blocks. Nothing.
But now, well, now I got that to worry about.
He said the same thing after his recent DUI.
I'll put this little rat. I don't know what's going on.
You know, I have zero doubt about that.
Here it is. It's almost. I'm going to have a little trouble getting behind that. I don't think. If I go like this, I go like.
There's a rodent controlling him, like Ratatouille. That's the only explanation.
I will. Boy, I'll tell you, the kids that live down the street.
Run, kids!
All excited about Christmas.
Sorry, that just forced its way out.
Totally understandable.
They're going to come over and visit.
Just giving the Whizzo fan art community what they've been demanding.
It didn't work. I don't. The Whizzo dog was around here a minute ago. I heard him barking, and I think he's got something for me.
I'm guessing orders to kill your mailman?
Oh, I've got to get. Well, I got that to worry about now.
Great, Frosty's ghost! It's a catchphrase.
Oh, no.
That's all right. I'm going to just sweep right on out here, and everything is going to be all right.
Nothing was ever all right again.
While Whizzo steps out for a moment, hopefully to see a specialist, the Whizzo dog, which is in reality one of the most terrifying puppets I've ever seen in my life, leaves Whizzo the human abomination a message that his underage friends are coming over. God help us all. The kids show up, and it almost makes things more awkward, as they don't laugh nearly as much as Whizzo's attempting to make them laugh. The kids all get in their circus outfits and put on a little show, which honestly could be cute in its innocence, if not for the very uninnocent clown man yammering on the entire time.
Oh, I am the Whizzo dog, I am.
Yes, that common practice of naming an animal your name and the type of animal they are.
I can't find, I've looked for him no place. I
Oh, God, it's the angry mob. Run, Whizzo! Wait. Oh, wait, they're not going to bring him to a high tower and throw him off? Okay.
Extremely disappointing.
Damn.
Well, you're looking awful sad today, but we'll take care of that. Oh, come on now, smile. She don't want to smile. Well, you go over.
Focus, Whizzo! For the love of God, focus for more than a second and a half, you insane, twisted harlequin!
You go right up.
I know.
Who knows?
Who knows? Also the most common answer to, is Whizzo safe to be around?
I didn't. Everybody, shh.
Whizzo shushes like a bar drunk. Shh! No, shut up! No! Stop, seriously, guys. Shh. I love you guys.
You ready to count with me?
Yeah.
Oh, just a minute before we go. Anybody here like chicken?
The survivors would later say, I heard the phrase, anybody here like chicken, and then things just went black.
Let's point right there and yell, fizzle sprung. I'll change this into the little hatch. You ready? Here we go. Fizzle sprung!
His hat gag greeted by utter silence. Kids have taste, at least.
And now, it's Circus. Ta-da!
You're not taping this, right? And if you are, it'll only ever be seen once in Kansas City, right?
Now, where are my two girls?
Words I'd hoped I'd never hear Whizzo say.
Yeah! His face looks like a series of horrible wounds.
Just aren't healing.
What are the dots?
Oh, hey! My gracious, it is so warm in here. Have you noticed how warm?
Good Lord, he's doing Santa's ramblings from Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny.
Well, let's hope he also soiled his pants just for added verisimilitude.
I just assumed.
I think they're pre-soiled.
By a wonderful... Look what he did. Look at there.
Ah, that classic Whizzo line.
Classic.
I want this trick to go over.
Thus begins the children's love affair with brutalizing circus people.
Yeah, I'm starting to warm up to it myself.
Real good. Oh, where's that fella? Listen, I want you to help me with one more trick. Now this one is one that I have.
That little girl coughing in the front row is the first kid to fake sick so they can go to school.
It turns out that one of the girls in the tent is very unhappy. 100% not just understandable, but expected given the current circumstances. But surprisingly, she's not unhappy about being within 500 yards of Whizzo, but because she thinks Christmas is about more than fun. Because yes, this is totally a special that'll treat the sacred story of Christmas with the true respect it deserves. Whizzo conjures up a big cardboard box meant to look like a fake time machine and revs it up to give the kids visions of department store holiday window displays. I wish I could explain exactly what this is and why we're seeing it, but I have so many more questions than answers right now.
You all right?
You want to maybe switch costumes? I don't know.
You just look so sad.
Like me on the inside.
There must be more to Christmas than fun.
Well, yes,
There's family and gift-giving. Those are pretty excruciating.
You're worried about some of the people that really don't...
I'm worried about catching that kid's tuberculosis, Whizzo.
Worried about? What happened to my hat? Well, there it is.
Through Whizzo a hat is someone's entire show business resume.
Well, there's only two things we can do.
What?
One is just forget the whole thing.
Our silence is expensive, old man. Wow, a factory voltage regulator. Neat. Ooh, I hope none of you kids had family in Cuba. Whizzo's really done it this time.
Well, I never knew that the reindeers could play things like that.
I've only seen them perform in their G.G. Allen tribute band.
Isn't that a magic Christmas tree? If I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe it.
Hey, Mike, I saw this department store window display where a small Christmas tree was pulled up by a wire.
Oh, yeah, right. Picture it didn't happen.
I do not believe that.
Oh, yeah, it happened.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm sure glad we decided to do this.
We? What do you mean, we? Don't drag us into this. We were never consulted. I'll call a lawyer if I have to.
We'll see if we can't have the atomic time machine tell us some more stories and show us some wonderful pictures of Christmas.
Yeah, because those sound like the kind of tasks atomic time machines would handle.
That kind of looks like my trombone the fella's got there.
Whizzo's trying to get you to ask about his trombone so he can play. Don't fall for it, kids.
Lupita walks away in disgust.
You call that a Christmas display? May Craig forgive you.
Hey, that's my winter lick, too. Hat, scarf, coat, no pants.
Now I know what this is.
One of Santa's unregulated sweatshops.
So, having only showed a bunch of virtually inarticulate little robots, Whizzo has seemingly cured the girl of her Christmas blues. So all those other films about love, hope, peace, and Jesus were all wastes of time. If you know a kid suffering from Christmas time depression, just make them stare into a department store window for 5 to 10 minutes and they'll be fine. Speaking of which, now that she's fine, Whizzo continues to show off displays instead of anything remotely interesting to these semi-captive children. The only thing that breaks this monotony up is Whizzo promising to give the kids food and then not giving them any food. They just go straight back into another bout of the most uninteresting animatronics to be seen.
I'm just wondering if you are beginning to understand just what I was talking about, some people being real happy and other people being real happy for Christmas.
Of course she doesn't understand that. Gibberish.
And you know what? You won't believe what you're going to see.
Never before seen footage of the Kennedy assassination.
I don't know. I feel like he may have oversold the unbelievability just a tad.
Yeah.
Oh, please, my ass is raw and bleeding. Please let me go.
Yep, automated adults engaged in ordinary activities. This is the kind of stuff kids go nuts for.
It's just not Christmas till Mom gets drunk and tries to surf on the cat. He seemed genuinely surprised anyone is still watching.
I think maybe it would be a good idea if we had some refreshments right about now. Yeah! How would you like to have
some food at home, far away from here?
Upside down cake. How about some peanut brittle?
Yeah!
Well, if I had some, I'd sure give you some. But I haven't got.
Good. Promise candy, then deny the candy. Great gag, Whizzo.
Peanut brittle. Okay, you ready? There was.
Yeah, just what this nightmare needed, a dash of Freudian horror.
Now that's kind of, I think maybe if everybody sits down here and real quiet.
We might get to the Christmas circus. I'm just kidding, more diorama staring.
Wonderful adventure. I certainly hope that he wakes up in time to get.
Nope, sorry. I knocked his ass out good. No, please don't make me eat my own family. Doc, run for help, run!
Finally, after far too much time spent on padding with window shopping, Whizzo decides to take the children to the North Pole to see Santa Claus. How's he gonna get a dozen travelers thousands of miles away almost instantly? Why, by that classic clown tradition of a magic carpet, of course! We then get to watch Whizzo hand each kid a streamer in real time to get them ready for takeoff. They get going and we cut to the Jolly Fat Man's workshop to see his elves being about as productive as Whizzo, just dancing around instead of doing anything useful. Whizzo calls Santa on his matching time machine and lets him know they're coming into land. To prepare for his clown friend and the kids, Santa takes the time to turn on all his little toys on a table that all make random noises. On their own, these toys wouldn't be too annoying, but all at once, it's a bit much after what we've been through.
Now there's only one place I can think of that we really ought to go to find out more about Christmas.
Wikipedia.
I wonder the home of that dear friend of mine that wears the red suit and the long white beard.
Karl Marx?
Hello, North Pole.
Santa sees the caller ID and turns pale.
Hello, North Pole. This is supposed to be a magic carpet. I don't know whether it's magic or not.
But I went ahead and traded my car for it anyway.
Pull it over that way because I got to find out which way the North Pole is there.
Probably that way.
Why don't everybody sit right
Best
down
moment
and
yet.
face this way? Now I'm going to give you the thing that's most important.
It's a liability waiver.
That makes it. You only get one to a customer there.
And that's how street clowns hook kids on Party City.
Anybody back and forth. You ready? And now
On this flight, first class is the seat farthest from the clown.
we go. Let's fly.
Any flight, really. And somewhere in downtown Kansas City, a guy on top of a parking garage shot some stock footage.
This is fun, isn't it?
Can we take a break yet?
Keep going.
I'm starting to feel faint.
Just 20 more minutes, honey.
Okay.
Whizzo, calling the North Pole. Whizzo.
Wow, they react like when the hobbits hear the Nazgul.
Santa Claus.
That's for upstaging me, Janet, you slag.
We're just about to the North.
Are you sure you heard Whizzo?
Yeah.
Well, then arm the anti-aircraft guns.
Whizzo calling.
Let's decorate with some balloons.
And an on-set mishap brings the balloon subplot to an abrupt end.
I wonder if they're coming in yet.
Well,
There they are. I think I see the magic car. Hey, this one looks like my friend Whizzo. He'll love that one.
it's one of his 7 Horcruxes.
Let's turn him on, too.
Wow. That is one pissed-off wind-up toy there.
Eat drumstick, old man. This drumhead is your jolly old skull, old man.
Have the toys all good?
There's one thing
Screaming, laughter. At this point, what's the difference?
Yeah.
Help! Have any toys that we can look at?
Look, these are some of
Now, despite the fact that it's been established the sad girl isn't sad anymore thanks to Whizzo's machine window vision things, Whizzo pulls Santa aside to tell him she is still super sad and needs to hear the true meaning of Christmas. Santa gathers all the children around and gives them the most unspecial, emotionally generic, cookie-cutter, supposedly feel-good gibberish to be dribbled out in any Christmas special I at least have ever seen. Then Santa bids Whizzo and the children goodbye as they fly past the famous Kansas City Plaza lights to the dumpy little studio that passes for Whizzo's clown tent, with the poor sickly girl coughing worse than ever. And our lovely trio of hosts bid us farewell and Merry Christmas as we all head off to find therapists ready to handle the depth of our newly found issues.
favor that I wanted you to do was to help me with one of my little friends I brought up here to see you.
No more murders, Whizzo.
The girl is kind of unhappy.
Why? Why?
Well, you see, she just doesn't really understand what Christmas is all about.
She doesn't? Did you try showing her footage of shop windows?
Boys are there. I think you
Santa, give us the gift of shutting Whizzo up.
You know how you feel when you go to the circus?
With all those horrible clowns?
No offense, Whizzo.
You feel all happy and good inside, don't you? And that's what Christmas is. It's a feeling inside.
So Christmas is exactly the same as going to the circus or having a birthday. No other significance.
Don't look for the presents, but look for the twinkle and the smile, because...
And no deal. Make with the presents, old man.
Inside is the spirit of Christmas. The love, and the sharing, and the giving.
The disappointment and the
All
dampness.
remember that for me.
Here it is time for us to go home.
What?
We just sat down, you monster.
The part about it is, say goodbye to Santa Claus.
Please don't let him take us, Santa.
His set is even worse than this one.
We are going to have... Will you go hold the door open so I can get all these... I got to shoo all these kids back to the magic carpet.
Now hold the door, Santa's elves, so the clown can shoo the children out of the workshop back onto the magic carpet.
This mythology adds up nicely.
It's always sad to see them go, but we'll be seeing them on Christmas Eve, won't we?
Also, they're definitely flying by on a carpet and not awkwardly shuffling past a sheet of cellophane.
We got to land here.
Tragically, that would be the last sentence ever heard by anyone aboard that carpet.
It took hours for an air traffic emergency crew to scrape all of Whizzo off the roof of a Macy's department store.
You want to help me fold up the... Would you like to be folded up in the rug?
Yes, it's not really Christmas until a deranged clown asks a little girl if she'd like to be folded up in a rug.
Magic carpet up there, and let's see, it came in by air. We might as well send it out by air.
The kid's coughing has gotten worse.
Can some nearby competent adult please check her for diphtheria?
The rattling is in both my lungs now.
I'm not a very good sailor, kids. I wished I was a sailor.
Sailor? Wait, is he actually Popeye? Is that what all the insane mumbling is about?
I would be sure that you got back home. You know what's coming up here in a very few days now?
Too bad the girl with the cough will spend it in the hospital.
But I want to tell you goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye, whatever. Look, man, I'm already halfway out the door.
Goodbye. Goodbye there, old girlfriend.
Old girlfriend?
Yeah, don't question it, Kevin. I think we're almost at the end here.
Well, I got a lot of things to do, and I guess I guess I'm kind of lonesome.
And the camera pans left. We hear a single gunshot followed by a thud.
Well, there they go, my little
Well, now try to pick up the pieces of your broken lives, folks. We will do likewise, Kevin. We'll take you to the hospital now. And Merry Christmas from Rifftrax.com, Mike, Kevin, and whatever my name is.
This has got to be one of the most incomprehensible things Rifftrax has ever done, especially for Christmas. I mean, there's no plot, Santa's only in the last few minutes, the padding literally consists of store windows you'd see walking around the local mall, there's the poor coughing girl halfway to death's door, and finally, Whizzo, one of the worst characters to ever grace the Rifftrax screen. I mean, we've had many, and I mean many, bizarre, annoying, grating, unfathomable characters on Rifftrax, but Whizzo is like every one of those terrible traits all shaken together in one sour glass of eggnog. However, thanks to Mike, Kevin, and Bill's painful sacrifice, we get an absolutely hilarious special that should definitely be added to your collection of holiday classics. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and special thanks to all my cheerful Patreon supporters, including Jackie Ball, Kevin Nata, and Victor Cordova. I'm so happy to actually get this review out in time for Christmas. I hope you all have a joyful holiday filled with family, friends, laughter, and love. Thanks again, and Merry Christmas.